guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, as you guys can clearly see, I figured out why the bike wasn't running, and now I don't have any more codes. And frankly, it was so simple. I feel so stupid right now, but you know what? It was definitely something that was just like out of my knowledge of bikes whenever it comes to electronics, and never messed with it before. So what I'm going to do in this segment is I'm going to show you guys how I figured it out and what the main problem was. So let me go ahead and I'm going to pull up my laptop. I'm going to show you guys what I found and how I found what my problem was. Alright guys, I know you can see me in the reflection. Alright, here we go. We're going to go onto the laptop now. And I'm going to show you guys the wiring diagram really fast of what I found. So if you guys happen to run into this issue on your own accord, or if you have any motorcycle that's giving you a problem, you might want to address this problem as well. So let's go ahead and let's do this. I'm going to give my password. Okay. Capital P A S S word. Capital P password. Alright, there we go. Alright, first thing. Now let me show you guys. So, I think it was on our new project. And then it was a wiring diagram for this. Give me my diagram. Come on, there you go. All right, guys, this is the wiring diagram for your mainly your 2003 or most of your Suzuki SV650s. And this, it may look really cluttering and difficult to read, but it would be if it was all black and white. Luckily for me, this is all color coded, because clearly down here at the bottom, that's wire color, and it tells you what's what. Alright, not to mention everything here, it's pretty easily legible. You can tell what's what. Pretty simple. Very simple. So, anyway, let me show you what I found. Okay, now where I started was I went to the cluster itself. And on the cluster of my bike, it actually said FI code, and then there was an oil pressure light. All right, fine. So I come up here and I look under here, at the very bottom, the letter O says oil temperature and FI indicator light. Well, that's funny. That's exactly what I've got right there, the FI indicator. So O is this, and what color is it? Well, it's a green. It shows green with a yellow tracer. All right, fine. So I followed that through, and it brought me all the way across the board to my oil pressure switch. So I investigated on that oil pressure switch a little bit, and I also talked to a few guys in the forums, and they said that wait, where's the other one? Where'd it go? There's another one. TP sensor. This is your tip sensor. That one right there. So that one is also directly hardwired into your ECU. So if it loses power, it also connects to your fuel pump. You gotta follow the lines. But anyway, that's basically what it is. The guys in the forum said that they ran into this problem once before, and they said that the tip sensor was actually bad on their bike, and they said, you know, try it out, check it out. So fine, those guys changed the tip sensor, and they didn't have any issues after that. So I went ahead and I checked it out, and I realized that the tip sensor was also connected to my oil pressure. Basically, they run off of the same system. If one is bad, it kills the power to the fuel injection system or the fuel injectors, and that will cause your vehicle to stop running altogether. So anyway, on with the show. Alright guys, so there's the wiring diagram that I wanted to show you guys. That's what actually helped me learn how to read the full schematics on this bike. I didn't know what sensors were affecting what, and believe it or not, that wiring diagram helped out in a great way. I know that right at first it's a little scary to look at because there's so many lines everywhere, but if you pay attention, follow them, and know what you're looking for, you can easily find whatever is causing you problems. And it's also one of the best ways to troubleshoot any electrical system. Alright, now you guys are probably wondering what went wrong with my bike. Well, based upon the actual signal that was being thrown on the cluster for the bike, I went ahead and cross-referenced that with the actual wiring diagram of the bike, and it said apparently there's two things wrong with this bike according to the code. The first one is an oil pressure sensor, which in this case is this little bad boy right here. Okay, now this one's new. All right, this one's new, and both sensors that I got them today, even though I ordered them yesterday, and mainly because the guy who I ordered them from, he's based here in Houston, so that's why I got them so quick. So anyway, I went ahead and I installed the other sensor, which I'll explain in a second, and I also ordered this one just in case because the code was also throwing this one. But this is what they call an oil pressure sensor. See what this little guy does is pretty much in the name. It detects oil pressure. If there's no oil pressure being detected whatsoever, this thing will send a signal on the inside. It's like a make and break, like a relay kind of thing. If it doesn't detect pressure, it will send a signal back up to the ECU, which will kill the power to your fuel injection system, which will shut your engine down. And that's basically a safety protocol. If there's no oil flowing through your engine, you don't want to burn up your block. So they install one of these little guys. Alright, so there's the first one. Now, on to my second one, which was mainly my main problem. And in this one, it was the FI light, which is fuel injection. Now, fuel injection is also connected to one other sensor, which is located directly underneath the seat, in front of the battery, but behind the gas tank. In this case, it is called a tip sensor, tip over sensor, or a bank angle sensor. What this little guy does, on the inside is a half moon shaped magnet that moves on a hinge back and forth. All right, and it has to sit upright like this. So it's like a pendulum back and forth, and it has to make contact with three little computer chips right beside it, and it's underneath the magnet. Now, you guys probably don't know what's inside, so what I'm going to do is down here in the left hand corner of your screen, you will see me actually using the GoPro and taking this thing apart. So while I'm talking about this, you guys can look down here and you guys can actually see what the inside of this looks like. So you guys will have an idea of what I'm talking about. Alright, so what it does is basically tip over sensor. If the bike lays on its side, that magnet slides away from those computer chips, which will send a signal back to the ECU or the brains and tell it shut power off to the engine. So what it'll do is it'll shut the power off to your fuel injectors. No fuel injectors, no gas, no run. Fuel, fire, compression, the three main components that make any engine run. So if this is tipped on its side, it sends that signal and kills your bike. That's what my problem was. This is a defective one apparently, and it's got some problem with it, or a loose connection somewhere. But it just wasn't working like it was supposed to. So what I ended up doing was I bought another one. I installed it today after I got home, and I haven't had any problems with the bike so far. It has been running fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I just got back from riding, so the bike is 100%. It's back on its wheels. I'm good to go. Now, the location of this is fairly unique to me. It's some sport bikes, they actually moved them to the front of the bike inside the fairings or right behind the headlight. But on this bike, they moved it toward the center of the bike and in a pretty easily accessible location. So plugged it out, swapped it out. Now, it's easy to overlook this thing because, let me show you. The size of this thing, all right, perfect comparison, is about the same size of your average 9-volt battery. You see that? Something so small. Crazy, huh? Absolutely crazy. So, anyway, this little bugger right here was causing me all of my grief, getting my nerves, you know, just shot. I was ready to sell the bike, guys. I really was. But then again, why sell the bike when this is the channel and the channel you guys enjoy watching? So I didn't give up. I told you I wouldn't. I figured out what the problem was, and the results are good. I got a bike back, I'm on the road, and now I can bring more content to you guys. Alright guys, well that's pretty much everything that has to do with the tip over sensor. But you're probably asking, you know, those other parts that you bought, did they matter at all? Did they make a difference? The answer is 100% yes. The fuel line actually had debris in it, and I couldn't really get any other junk out of it. Sorry, I just ate. I had a bunch of stuff that was in that fuel line, and it had to go. Also, the bridge, it also has some junk in it. It had to go. I had some junk in the fuel rails. I cleaned all that out. So I did have a fuel obstruction, which is why the bike would tend to, you know, to stall out sometimes. It would stumble. The second thing was my coils. My coils made a difference. The coils that I have now, that I swapped out, they are not defective in any way. They're good coils. The other ones were defective. And in K's Motorsports, they told me that it was my stator that was the problem. Well, that's awfully funny, because in this video here, y'all haven't seen me dig into the stator. All you saw me do was change the coils, and now you saw it run. A tip sensor, and then probably a bad coil. But they want to charge me like $570 to replace the stator? Are you kidding me? Come on, guys. Come on. I am the weekend garage mechanic that figured this out by using Google wiring diagrams and common knowledge, guys. Seriously. So, anyway, that's enough of my ranting. I figured the bike out. The dealership can just go jump off a cliff. And I got the bike back and running. So, thanks to the parts sent to me by the motorcycle guys over in Anaheim, California for sending me those. I appreciate you guys helping me out and sending me those parts as quick as possible. And for the gentleman who sold me the tip over sensor and the oil pressure sensor, thank you for sending those so quick to allow me to get the bike back on the road sooner. Alright guys, well that's going to be a wrap for today's video. I do appreciate you guys stopping by and hearing me ramble about this, but at least now you guys know that I figured out what the problem was and the bike's back on the road. If you guys like the content of this video, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell up in the top right hand corner of your screen. And I appreciate you guys watching another episode of SV Cruiser. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.